Yo, what's up, Matt? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How you doing? Doing all right. Very chill day today, usual. Um, the weather was nice, so trying to savor that before the snow starts hitting again. Also, if the audio sounds off, like maybe if it's too quiet or if I'm too quiet, you can just let me know. Um, but yeah, I'm doing okay. But yeah, weather was nice today. It was like I think like the other days it was just like freezing cold. Today it was pretty fine. Game audio seems too quiet. Okay, let me fix that then. Oh yeah, I think they updated this game, like the trilogy collection. 'Cause I don't remember there being a sound effect for selecting things. Um, okay, it's at max. Is it still too quiet? Because then if so, I can just bump up the volume from my OBS. I don't care about that. Oh yeah, like they added story mode here, so like it does everything on its own. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna play on my own. Bump up volume for OBS too. Okay. How's this? Is that any better? I heard you guys are going through a severe blizzard. Yeah, like on Sunday slash a little more. Damn, it's getting quiet as hell. How about now? Yeah, the around like Sunday, Monday, higher. Joe, how quiet is this game? How about now? It's like almost maxed. So if it's still too quiet, then I don't know what to tell you. This'll do. All right. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, like Sunday, Monday was pretty rough. We had to shovel up the snow a lot. Literally spent the entire night just shoveling snow. Like we would shovel snow for like an hour or two, get back home, relax for like an hour or two, go back out and just rinse and repeat until like 2 to like 1 p.m. ish. So that sucked. The volume on this game must be that quiet. I guess because I have my audio mix for like the source where I'm recording the game audio like almost all the way up. It's pretty much all the way up. Sound is all the way up at 4. Sound effects also all the way up. So I don't know, I guess this game is not very loud. But yeah, we had to shovel up a lot of snow. It was so rough. But we got it done. Weather's been pretty good. So the snow's been melting, but I heard it's gonna snow again around the weekend, Sunday, Monday. So that's really annoying because we've been shoveling snow for like so long now. Would you rather deal with wildfire or blizzard? I think I'd still prefer a blizzard because if there's a wildfire in this area, I don't want things to burn down. You know, that's not easy to replace, especially like houses and stuff being on fire. It's a lot of damage because I know California has had a lot of fires going on. In Canada, some time ago, had some pretty crazy fires going on too, if I recall correctly. Glad you guys got it done. Yeah, because at least with the blizzard, I mean, this wasn't as bad compared to other places, but like it was still a lot of snow, and um, but at least with like snow, at least to the level that we've dealt with, it's just labor. You know, you shovel it up, and it's like now you're done. But with a fire, it's like you can't really do much. All the fires we went through last year was really bad. Yeah, you know, because at least like the houses that we have, you know, like a bit of snow isn't gonna do too much. It'll make things inconvenient, but that's pretty much it. But like a fire just completely ruins everything. I think I would still prefer a snow over fire. Oh, that's not it. Well, yeah, we played the first game. We played Justice for All. This is the last one in this trilogy collection, right? Yes. Trials and Tribulations, I really liked, especially how the anime version covered it. I'm not too sure about the reception that the anime got, like the animation for the games, but I personally enjoyed it. So like, oh yeah, you can just select episodes, which is really cool. Actually, wait, does every game have 5 episodes? Yeah, 5. Then second game. No, this one had 4. But it was quite the last one. Yeah, okay, so 5, 4, 5. But I hope that the fire isn't, or at least has been too bad these days. Shit's scary. Actually, wait, before I start, I might grab some water, so I will be right back. Give me like 2 seconds. Well, not literal seconds, but, you know. Okay. I'm back with water. I got some snack. Peanut. Alright. Got all my things. Get started. I'm actually excited. I really like this one. I think for anyone that doesn't really know about this game, I think if you like the previous two, then you'll probably like this one as well. Actually, wait, before Okay. Alright. Episode 1. Turnabout Memories. Let's jump right into it. Actually, wait, hold on a minute. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Okay, why is this auto? Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Oh. Damn, knocked his ass out. That drip is crazy. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. "5 years earlier. Mia Fey, second trial. Wow. April 11, 9:40, District Court. What's hold on, how do I? Oh, never mind. Ooh, it's finally time. Kind of nervous. Oh, maybe it was just text skip. I can turn it off. Actually, wait. Hold the B button to skip text. Single box skip, I guess. Yeah. Jury duty of the game. Ahem. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Garf. Let go of my lapel? Huh. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. I don't know what that is. Lapel? Lapel? Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprise me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What? You've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that. You see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. See the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Look at it's Phoenix, right? Oh my gosh. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yes, I guess this is when they like first kind of meet. Yeah, but it'll be fine, no prob. I'm dying. He's got COVID. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. That's what the mask is. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Right, Yeah, nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please, let go of my shirt. Ugh. That's right. He's the one on trial. Not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. Still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly. I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then. And well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. What is this? What is he wearing? Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, look, he has hair. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? Wasn't that him standing right there next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon. What's that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body, and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. Certainly makes the defense look very suspicious indeed. Very well. Court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Okay. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Hee. Your reputation for sagacity? What the heck is that? Sagat? Street Fighter? Is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? Gasp. What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show me what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Oh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Okay. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. You can see that by pressing the R button. Proof of my profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Date and time of death. April 9th. Or September 4th. Well, I mean, I bought this in an American Switch with American money, so I'm sure this is in month day. At 3 p.m., cause of death was a fatal electric shock. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Gotta stay calm. Can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. It's so funny seeing Mia so, like, nervous. Compared to, like, previous games, she's, like, at the time where she's more, like... Or she was more, whatchamacallit? I guess, professional. And not a rookie. She's so much more confident. And then she was... Phoenix Wright was literally, like, her first time he got one. Like, a case. Oh, I already... would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Asphyxiation. I have never heard of that word in my life. Or maybe I have and I just didn't know this was the word. Hypothermia, electrocution. It was electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock, in other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Yes. The answers to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're a defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. The rookie killer is not that tough of a name. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir, into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg? Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button, so be sure to go over it all. I don't see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Let's see. Third-year art student at Ivy University is currently as cold. Victim, it was a fourth-year I'm assuming it's pronounced pharmacology. Pharmacology. Student at Ivy. Okay, so they're both students. Dahlia Hawthorne. Age 20. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Oh my god, this dude's 50. Take that. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. Sorry, if you hear me chewing on something, I'm eating. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine, after all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. Bonk. Court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Oh, he looks so silly. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what, did you do before you were arrested? Oh. I was a university student. Mr. Wright. You understand that you are suspected of the death of... Oh, I can get to read all that. But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was... Blah, 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 blah. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? Seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Now that totally sounded true. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Alright, like I said, I'm not a killer. Oh, looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? He. It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. It's the defense's duty to carry out a cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see? What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie, a contradiction? Lying in court is a crime, you know. And it seems like a lot of these people like to get away with it. Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. Oh, he's lying, look at him. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? He absolutely did. Oop, I didn't need to do that. Alright, let's see. I always press every statement just to see what happens. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Choo. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. Coincidence, huh? Alright. You say you found the body? So who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. Oh my word. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? You stop sneezing every time you're in a bind. Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body, but I... So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well... I guess I did know his name. News to me? Why didn't you tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Oh yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Young love. So bittersweet. That's all I knew about him. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? Ah, no, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Man, he's really making himself look suspicious. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the scene, at the crime scene. That's why I figure he must love British stuff. See? What? It's true. Across my heart. I swear I didn't do it. There's anything fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who's this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow. The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Holy glaze. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg. Quickly now, show that boy you mean business, with evidence I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage your own from this point? I can handle it myself. 1 year ago, I was in the courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him for more information, or to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of his testimony. Alright, pretty much pressed everything we could. Walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. That don't look like it to me. Oops. And then... Objection! Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It's right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to his line of questioning? Your Honor, please take a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Ah. Bro. Don't you go to jail for lying in court? Like, how many times have they lied in court and you just not get in trouble on the spot? Like, doesn't make this game still funny to me is the amount of times they just defendant or the witnesses or whatever just straight up lying. Yo, what's up? I didn't know you stream. I didn't know you had Twitch. How you doing, bro? It was good. I barely use it. Well, appreciate the follow. But yeah, no, I stream like once in a while, just for funsies. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I'm doing alright, you know. Kind of tired. But I'm chilling, you know. Spent the past few days shoveling snow, breaking the ice. Dropping some salt so that, you know, stuff don't freeze. How about you? How's it going? Did the snow hit you guys pretty bad? You made our client cry. Let him, that P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. Making fun of his drip. Can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Red was all wrong. Hee 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 hee. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Ugh. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Hee 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 hee. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Check your... No, okay, I was about to make a joke, but you know what? I'll keep it to myself. Homework and stuff? Alright, you do your homework. Be a good role model to everyone else who goes to school and do your homework. Have fun? And I will. You too, if homework's even fun for you, which I doubt. Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at this photo of the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X. Uh-oh. Yes, but even I got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints all over it. Uh-oh. What? Alright, see you later, bro. Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. That's not good. Order into court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well, the court will accept them into the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. That can happen. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor hemorrhoids. With you and your hemorrhoids. Oh my goodness. Okay. Truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 we split up. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Ms. Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Alright. Had you ever met the victim before then? Oh, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oof, what was that for, Bia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just feel like slapping something all of a sudden. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Duck Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. She was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Mm-hmm. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, we were both there right on time. Hmm. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Begin to read that word. Everyone called him the alchemist of IBU. An alchemist? I wonder if this person was full metal. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. Bro's cooking up meth. It's filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details. Time of the meeting. I guess, sure. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. It's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, looks like he's right about the time anyway. But let's go on through your testimony. Okay, hold on. I want to ask about pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know that much though. A little bit early in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right. They sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. High voltage cable run overhead or on the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime? Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. They went back. Okay. So you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Yeah, why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. And yet, no one says anything, okay. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. Amen to that. Some people be stupid as hell. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends do about it. That's my bottle. Hold on. Yeah. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Hey, hey, hey. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. What the heck? I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Nice to meet you, Frank. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? Hee 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 hee. I know it's too much work for a little girl. Bro, she's probably taller than you. Shut the hell up. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... You are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of the mess smelling like a rose. Can't right now. Establish murder method. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That will be most impressive. Hee hee hee. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. Even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgotten about that. My goodness. Well then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Okay, well, we've seen the first photo here. There is electric cables above us. Or above him. As for the cause of death, I say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to explain this in a bit more detail. Oh, brother. Miss Faye, where exactly? Okay, I'm assuming he's asking where. Well, right here. I'm just kidding. Little thing right here. That's probably I was pressing A. Whoops. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's. What's that? Severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. How would you even... Okay... that much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Look at this photograph. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards a severed electrical cable. Uh-oh. Order, that's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show's over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. You have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something, now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. He sounds like a gremlin. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further... I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. Oh. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Oh, you're repeating the scene? Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Damn. Almighty push. What you just said. Was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. Too late by now, you already lied in court. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. Still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. Oh, it feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Oh my gosh. Kids are like, what the heck is Harlem Shake? What do you know about the Harlem Shake? That guy was talking bad about Dolly. Yo, Phoenix Wright looks kind of strong. Imagine you push someone so hard they fall on their back like that. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead. Oh my gosh. Everybody in this world is dying. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, his swallow flew back and touched the electric cable. He died from the shock. And that, as they say, is that. Simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electric cables nearby. There had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss. Okay. Could have left out that part about him, but sure. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he's innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. How many statements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, but here, I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision and make it blah blah blah. Alright. So, what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. He's like, yo, Phoenix Wright, Dahlia's a baddie. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. But it'll make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, He just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. Knocked his ass out cold. Just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen? Right, there was nothing like that at all. But is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over your, like, cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony witness. Alright, this is what we want to press, right? What loud noise? A loud noise? What would you say that was... Wait, what? What would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Hee 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 hee. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Ask for more detail, leave it alone. Let's ask for more detail. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It's like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been... Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner. Damn. I guess he is kind of frail, because, like, Phoenix Wright literally shoves him with one hand or one arm, and the guy got sent and knocked on his ass. Like, either Phoenix Wright just strong as hell, or that guy he pushed is made of, like, paper. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. New information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha! Not perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. Court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add a bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I showed them, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella? And you are certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. Ugh, my stomach's not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Continue on with your testimony, witness. After you showed the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious. You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Well, yeah. But like I said, I got worried about him later. Uh-huh. At the time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Nope, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier? In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from testimony and prepared to judgment. Alright. We know he's lying about the umbrella because of this. Wait, no. The umbrella's over there. He's lying. How dare you? Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, you would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! Saw the way his hair got flung back. Order, order, order. The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present it as evidence immediately. Found broken near an electrical pole at the scene. At the scene crime? No, at the crime scene. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. Shut up. I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! Well then, I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. The victim fell on top of his umbrella as a loud snap or sound when this happened. Well done, Mia. Hee hee. Hee 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 hee. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. Seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It's foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess. You have another witness. Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? Uh-oh. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? Bonk. I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Bonk. Well, that was quite something. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy? My boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very court. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. Makes me so happy. Show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Huh. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yo, what's up, Juan? How's it going? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Oh. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Uh, yeah, it was, but how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courtroom. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Just got home recently. How's it going? It's going well. I'm chilling. Very nice weather today. How's it going for you? Yeah, I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Okay, well, I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. My dear, my boy. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Close this back up. Oop. That was loud. Why doesn't this... Whoa. Sorry. Yes, I'd like to save. Oh, shoot. I guess we can save here. I can overwrite the save. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, because these are just past save files. I think this is the one where we finished them all. Damn, 2024. It's been a while. Wait, I just realized. 2022, 2024, 2026. I'm sensing a pattern. Good, finally chilling. Nice. The weekend's almost here. Bonk. Mucho gaps. Every 2 years, guys. I played the next Ace Attorney game. I'll see you guys in 2 years. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This person, or next person, is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. Prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne onto the stand. I need this weekend. Same. Dang. She can summon butterflies. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. This old... Oh, now then. Wait, this... Could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I'll bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. Oh, brother. We may move on now. What is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor's all mine! No, the honor's all mine! I don't only know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the... Oh my goodness. Mia, chill. Sir? there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever's on your mind. Can you tell this game is was made in like early 2000s? I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Freeney wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, yes. I can see why you say that. Freeney? She's going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Bonk. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. I'd been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie? Thank you. They were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Oh. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Objection! Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never... That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Teehee. You haven't changed a bit. Mia, Faye. Oh, they know each other. What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes. We've met before. Once. Bonk. In any case, Miss Faye, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Faye. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. I feel like English version kinda... She doesn't plan on winning with just her face. Yep. Her melons. Alrighty. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. Oh ho, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to... Oh, hold on. Phone call, give me 1 second. Alright guys, I will be right back. Something came up. Give me like 5 minutes. Alright. Sorry about that. Anyways, where were we? That's not to do when a man reaches this age. What? When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. Okay, I read that very incorrectly in my head. I was very concerned. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Welcome back. Thank you. Oh, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? Dross would agree. Still in the go. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Oh, I should wait. Transportation. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't you drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Mr. Swallow. They used to call Dross that. Please go on. What did you see next? Then suddenly Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Swalwat. Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim? Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. If I press it for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? I think we should show contradiction. Feeble eyes are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. It looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the Moni push Dougie. Okay. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant Phoenix Wright and the victim Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. Didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Oh my god. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. Hold it. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their... That's quite a sentence. They're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on? Press for more detail. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked. Yes, well anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Right. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find a contradiction on this one. Uh-huh. I didn't hear anything unusual. Well, there was this. Where is it? Where is it? Oops, that's not it. Actually, I'm kind of curious about this. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. 19-year-old... Anyways. You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you're really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. Thor. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Hee 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 hee. It's not nice to make fun of her phobia. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. The testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. She didn't hear anything. You're listening to music. There was lightning. I mean, this doesn't change much. This is irrelevant. So it must be this one. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. What kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Bonk.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't. He. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at the location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit? I've never heard that word in my life. And who is this affidavit, if that's how it's even pronounced, from? Pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Which fits the time, or with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Interesting. Old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4/9, 2:55 p.m. Okay. However, there is one thing that troubles me. The cable could have been broken by any small bump. Then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Bonk. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Probably being pushed. Right? Or, oh, this maybe? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Nani? What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Oh, did Dahlia kill him? Order in the court. Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have... Oh, I didn't get to finish that. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the... Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course, it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. Huh? The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. Yo, pause. Cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Bonk. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. This line little... Alright, press the first statement. Ms. Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know, Mr. Judge. Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did is called Oh, calm now. It was just a little old white lie. I'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho ho ho. Judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Oh my goodness, the law and the system in this game is something else. Alright, well, let's see. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. Press that. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold? What? Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of this leather jacket? No, there weren't. Madam Fay, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? I think he wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Ugh. That's true. Cable snapping... Okay. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. Trying to figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think me, Okay, well, we know. Less than a minute. That couldn't have been right, because 2:55 and then 3. Which do we use? Time of death? $2.50, yeah. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh. That medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wrist watch that nobody uses these days. Or at least the younger folks. Stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Oh, that's true. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? Uh-oh. The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Order in the court. What is this all about? This is nonsense. The real murderer. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Bonk. Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Monk. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? It is that fake hoe, Dahlia Hawthorne. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. Grasp at these. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Drama. Drama alert. Order, Miss Faye. What? I mean, why? That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. What? The butterflies are trying to console her. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge you are... Ugh. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now for the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah! Ew, leave my Dolly alone. My goodness, she's got everyone wrapped around her finger. That boy. He got himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. Seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You better take a good look at it. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. I realized my mic was muted for a bit. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead. How could you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. Feeny is a crazy nickname to give him. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Oh, shoot. Very well, then the court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Seriously, get these butterflies out of this court. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. And when our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Thank you for the input. Mr. Wright, do that again, you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. What? This is something that's... Okay. Anyways, let's just continue on. Alright. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Genie. No one's calling him that, bro. Alright, press the next statement. The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. Better tread carefully. Screw what the judge says, keep pressing her. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well, young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern scenery poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again, with the midlife crisis stuff. Yeah, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. I know, I'm just... Nice, Matt. Okay, I think we already know the contradiction, but I just want to see all these, like, dialogues and whatnot. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? Malfunction. In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Okay, that's... Perhaps to a woman your... Damn. A woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Oh my gosh. Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked. I'm sorry, you have a wife? And you are reacting to this 20-year-old girl and... Okay, you know what? Maybe they need to lock you up. He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking. Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Athene. Okay. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We part on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh? Are you sure? Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her. I guess. Press further. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see... What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. Must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Oh, and that's when he came to warn Phoenix. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see? The power of the sun at the palm of her hand. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. Which I already found. Yes. Research for a paper I was writing. That is incorrect because according to this police document, you were not. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? Objection! What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Annie? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Uh-oh. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. It's true then? The loveliest rose can hide... Okay, Miss Faith, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Oh my god, Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay. I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart. And... What? Maybe you need to go to... What are you talking about? I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Okay, you and your damn hemorrhoids. Maybe you need to go to the hospital, bro. What are you doing here? Alright. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up to its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Aha, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. Plus aura. That proud posture and self-confidence absolutely smashing. Okay. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Feeny. Please. Ugh, those two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. Uh-huh. How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My little perfect little dolly doesn't put. Okay. They shouldn't. Okay. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time. Oh, Feeny, please. Police have already looked into this whole matter, not locked. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with the testimony. She said bathroom, not poop. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Yep. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops say it's 1.5, or half fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Oh, I think I know what that is. We'll just press all her statements first. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Oh, and where would something like that come from? I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it. Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? I'm connecting the dots in my head right now. See, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where the poison like that. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show you how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions. So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now just how did a lit student get a hold of poison of all things? Uh-huh. Let's see. Would it by any chance be this bottle? The raspberry you're the one supposed to know? Oh, sorry. That's not it. Oh. I thought it was. Wait, it's clearly okay, I'm seeing the connection, right? Clearly something to do with this. This is the poison, right? It has to be. I mean, it says a small bottle necklace. That's suspicious already. She had it, goes down the court reading room or whatever, sees Phoenix right there, gives it to him. She goes back. She doesn't have this poison anymore. How she got this poison from probably Dougie, Mr. Swallow, because they said he's a pharmacologist student or whatever. That's like drugs and stuff. Make poison, boom, or something like that, right? Or at least that makes sense to me. Oops. Oops. No, not that. Maybe I didn't press the right statement. Let's see. That's when it happened. Uh-huh. Special kind of poison. I wouldn't even know where to get poison. Oh, she wouldn't know where to get a poison like that. From... Okay, I see now. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to... I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press R. I accidentally pressed X. I mixed up my buttons. Okay, just be careful. Present. Profiles. There you go. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. If you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemical equipment, or chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You. No! Uh-huh. I was right. Order. Could it be? That's nothing but a baseless accusation. May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need something kind of and that's when I used the freaking your gift, you lying bitch. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. I'm already like 3 steps ahead. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something like that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. Provide some evidence, or I'll have to allow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and the in search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. Yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container of the poison I carried in? What happened to it? There. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. Oh, what? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. Uh-oh. No way! Uh-huh. Order of the court. Oh. On behalf of Dahlia, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Hmm. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is she's madly in love with you because of the necklace to keep you quiet. Well, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to keep him quiet because he didn't know in the first place. And she's definitely not in love, so... Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Uh-huh. Please give it back now. Yep. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insist on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. My gosh. Mia, are you alright? Ah, the defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry after him. Oop. Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no, what is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Oh my gosh. Mr. Wright, this sort of a behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I ate it. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just get back that necklace. I, I was joking. I ate it. You what? I was I was genuinely making a joke that I actually ate. Oh my god. You ate it? It was too big to pause. So I had to chew it into little bits first, but wait a minute. It, he just ate poison. Ugh. Ah! What the? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That ball you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. Hee hee hee. Hee 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 hee. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? Hee hee hee. I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. There, it's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Ugh. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion of surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the Oh, M- Mr. Wright. I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? Um, there's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. Uh-huh. It's none of your business. Telling you for your sake, if you continue this here, it's going to be bad news. I gotta see this flashback like 3, 4 times now. Something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could have only been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Mmm. That changes a lot. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is Miss Fay. You tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Fay. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? I think I know who. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Oh, please. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing about Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dolly Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. Poor Phoenix, right? Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh, honestly, how can anyone even ever count on you for anything? I've been told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. My gosh. Who are you calling nasty hag? I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price? What the Danganronpa? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No. You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray? What? Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible. You can't possibly... Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. Okay, well, let's see. Has a cold. I think we know what it is if we use our heads, right? Victim's fingerprints. I mean, he's sick, right? What else could she poison him with? Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilty once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. He. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on it. Oh, yes. Always eat with the Ollie. Suspicious. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding that medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave it to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer Dahlia Hawthorne appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live, I think that's what it said. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case Doug Swallow. Ooh. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Grr. BFA! BFA! Oh, my goodness. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Miss Faye? Or Mia Faye? Heh. Heh heh. Heh heh heh. That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Why, yes. I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Okay. She can go to jail. Phew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care, I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Oh, that's true. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yes. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yeah, my hair, it's flying off, my beautiful hair, no! Oh my gosh. That's the lore on how he lost his hair. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? And look at him now. Yes, Your Honor, I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, you just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor. Whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well, fair enough. Miss Payne or Mr. Payne. This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. What? It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright not guilty. And there's confetti being thrown. This court is adjourned. Goodbye. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Okay, you and your damn hemorrhoids. Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them? Huh, that's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Oh yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Same as Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Huh. And we know how that all goes. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. Rest in peace. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. That is a story for another day. Episode 1 is over, yay! Brand new episode has been added. Alright, well, we can save here then. Time is 1 a.m. Ouch. Detective, we made it. Phew. What a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. In this safe. Oh, you said it, pal. Must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Wonder who that is. Would you mind opening the safe just to double check? Oh, I did not. Nope. Did anyone see what the code was? Ah! We've been had! Uh-oh. Mask demask salutations. Out front, guards, turn on the searchlights. Ha 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 ha. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Whoa. Ha 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 ha. Excuse me, but I am afraid I must be leaving now. Oh, there he goes. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, October 11th. Hey, it's Maya. Hey, Nick, get a load of this. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important. What are you freaking out about now? Hee hee. Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? What do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are. Ha, don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Pearly, of course. It's Pearl. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Hee hee. Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this. Oh, she's so adorable. What's this? Some kind of poster? What the? Oh, yeah. Kurain Village. Isn't that... That's right. It's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Ha ha ha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Kurain exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Heh. Same Maya, different day. Her smug face. This young lady here is Maya Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character. Hey, who are you calling shady? This little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Massive forehead. Kurain Village is the home of the mysterious Kurain channeling technique. And Maya here is the daughter of the Kurain School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright. Earth to Nick. How long are we going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. Treasure exhibit poster added to the court record. Court record. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Wow. Wow, wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it. Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fey Manor storeroom. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright. I guess we should go say hello. Actually... I'm going to call it for today. Yes. Let me just save just in case. Just one more time. Alright. Well, appreciate y'all hanging around. Hope y'all had fun. We will continue this. I haven't been on ZA for a bit, or like streaming it, because I'm like shiny hunting a Dratini right now. I'm like, I refuse to continue on until I get this shiny Dratini. So over the past few days, I've just been doing that. No luck so far, but yeah, it's pretty much what I've been doing behind the scenes. So I figured, you know what, this is a good time to play other games too, you know, just in case, because I don't know how long this will take. Hopefully not too long. And hopefully by the time a new Pokemon game doesn't come out, because I forget there's a Pokemon Presents tomorrow, which I am excited for. Hope they're probably gonna announce some crazy things. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll be playing this third final game of this trilogy, Trials and Tribulations, which I'm looking forward to. My knowledge for this part of the game is solely from the anime, which I've seen a very long time ago. So even then, my memory isn't too too great with like what happens. I know like a decent chunk, but like obviously it's different with how the anime is and how the game is, right? So in a sense, I'm kind of experiencing this too, you know. But yeah, we'll be playing this in the meanwhile. Whenever I get the shiny, you'll probably know because I'll stream the game again. Hello, Gento. Thanks for the stream. Good luck with the shiny. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed. We will continue this some other time. Unless I get lucky and get the shiny right now. The difference between the files is like 2 years. Yeah, I know. Look. First game was 2022. The second game, Justice for All, 2024. Now look, Trials and Tribulations 2026. And then we'll get ready for the next Ace Attorney game in 2028. No, I'm just kidding. Who knows? For now, I am focusing on a lot of the games that I mentioned a while back when I was making that list of games I wanted to stream. I want to be able to at least finish those games by the end of this year. So I will be trying my best to get them done. So yeah. First one that's going to be done in that list. Actually, let me open that up as a matter of fact. Yeah, Ace Attorney. Well, I didn't specify which Ace Attorney, but I guess at the time I was thinking of this one. Then there's Battle Network 3, which I should do as well. Probably after this. There's still Silk Song I gotta do. And then a couple other things. ZA. I think we can do it. But yeah. Anyways. I'll call it for today. We'll continue episode 2 next time. I think this game shouldn't take too long though. It's 5 episodes. So I'm assuming it'll take around the same amount of time as like how I've streamed the other previous games. Everything else for Pokemon is not just updates for the current games. I hope so too. I'm gonna guess there's a lot of them are gonna be updates for current games. But maybe we'll see some new things, right? You know, 30th anniversary and everything. What new game or project? I don't know. I don't really know what I want. Like a Gen 5 remake, people have asked for before. I think would be pretty cool. I like Gen 5. Maybe a new Legends game, which I doubt because ZA is still fairly new. Maybe a new Gen game because we had Scarlet Violet, right? So whatever next one, who knows? Guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, I'll stop yapping. We'll call it off here. But again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate the support. We'll continue this next time. And I will see you guys next time. We're probably going to continue off with Ace Attorney. Yeah, if you see me streaming ZA, that probably means I got the shiny. Just putting it out there. Alright. Bye, guys. Have a good night or morning or whatever time zone you're in. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.